Disclaimer: the views expressed in this podcast are our personal opinions and do not necessarily reflect those of our significant others, families, or employers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out.
What's going on? Welcome back to the Friendly Fade podcast. This is episode 17 with Reem, the Dream, and Nubs. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you don't miss a banger. With that being said, we have a lot of good topics to go over on this podcast, specifically whether or not torture is justifiable in the name of national security. But before we get to that, we're going to talk a little bit of a Super Bowl recap, PED Olympics, and a little bit of Valentine's hate, maybe or maybe not. But you know, I know it's been a busy weekend for you, Kareem. So before we get into the whole Super Bowl thing, how you feeling after this weekend, man?
Man, I feel great, bro. It's not quite ready to put it out there yet because we're still still working on it, so to say. But I mean, I would say it's good. There's good news. Some good things came out this weekend, bro. I'm excited for what's to come. Yeah, bro. And then this is obviously something that we've been talking about for the past 3 weeks or so. Big things coming for the both of us, bro. Not just me. It's just that I was able to take a leap on it a little quicker than you are. But you're right behind me. So, but stay tuned for that. We're gonna be talking about that pretty soon here in the next few episodes about what's about to happen in the near future. So
absolutely. Yeah. That's why I didn't say anything too specific. I was like, if he wants to say it, I'll let him, give him the opportunity to do so. If not, cool, we'll get it rolling. But good to hear, man. I'm proud of you and whatnot. So yeah, man, let's get right into it. So post Super Bowl, right? Give me your thoughts. Give me what you think moving forward in terms of next year. Just anything along those lines.
Yeah, man. So 1 week removed from the Super Bowl, right? This is the first Sunday without football since August. It hurts, man. I didn't know what to do with myself today, to be honest. I mean, I had a little bit of homework to do. I had an assignment I had to turn in, so I was less distracted, no football. So I was able to get that done pretty quickly. Kind of, did some things around the house, cleaned the car, whatnot. But yeah, bro, felt weird. It's been so long, and especially when we're like deep into the fantasy season, and then once that went away, it was playoffs, so it was always something going on. But now it's kind of like the reality really hit today. No more football. But speaking of the Super Bowl, I mean, I thought the game went how I thought it was gonna go, to be honest. And I'm pretty sure we mentioned it last episode. How I think the Chiefs were gonna fall behind like they always do, and they always figure out a way to win, to come back and do what they have to do. And a lot of it too had to do with the 49ers shooting themselves in the foot, turnovers, penalties, kind of on the muff punt that gave the Chiefs like great field position late in the game. So a lot of things happen, for the 49ers in a negative way. Not so much that the Chiefs did incredibly well, right? Because the Chiefs, in my opinion, had a mediocre game. I mean, their defense came out, they showed out. So did the Niners defense, in my opinion. I thought the game was tight throughout, except obviously it was so tight that it went overtime. So that goes, that just tells you how tight the game was. But when it came down to it, what stood out to me was the 49ers players, majority of them not knowing overtime rules for the playoffs. Bro, like what sense does that make as a professional player? That is your job. You do this for a living and you don't know the rules. Imagine me going to work and then something happens and I tell my boss, I didn't know the rules, bro. I didn't know the regulations or whatever you call it. Like, he's going to look at me like, dude, what? This is what you do. This is your job, and you didn't know it. So to me, that blew my mind when the players came out and said that. In my opinion, if that is true, keep your mouth shut, bro. Don't say that. Yeah, because you look stupid saying that stupid shit, especially the coach saying, right. I was. We never went over the overtime rules with the players. Like, meanwhile, on the Chiefs side, they said they went over it like every damn day and throughout the whole playoffs. And it's like, Come on, bro. That just shows you who was prepared and who wasn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the game could have changed, bro. If they knew the rules, they kicked that ball off, give Patrick Mahomes the ball first, and let's say it was all they were able to get was a field goal. 49ers came back and scored a touchdown. Game over. Niners win the Super Bowl. But that's not how that went, you know. And obviously, bro, whatever, bro. It is what it is. Kudos to Mahomes, baby goat. I'm not gonna call him the goat yet because Brady's still the goat. But baby goat, man, goat in the making. The dude is phenomenal. He got ice in his veins, doesn't crumble under pressure. Nothing scares him. Like honestly, this year was the year that I was waiting for him to see, to see him fall because he went on the road. Yeah, and he did the exact opposite of what I thought he was gonna do. So yeah, anyways, kudos to him, bro. Congrats to the Chiefs, and you know, there's always next year, my boy.
No, you say, I mean, you know, touching on what you said about them not knowing the rules, like as far as overtime is concerned, those type of small things kind of show you who's been at that stage over and over and who's prepared for it, right? So you know, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, they went in there. They weren't breaking a sweat as far as like, you know, falling back early, because you know that's going to happen regardless. They have a thing for that. They make these second half adjustments, and then in the second half they do whatever they need to do. And shout out to that defense, man. Underrated. Those boys went to work those last couple weeks in enemy territory, right? Because I mean, for the most part, they were away, correct?
Yeah, besides the Dolphins game, that's it.
Right. So I mean, you know, shout out to the Mahomes and the Chiefs. They get it done again. They're going back to back, and you know, let's see what happens moving forward. I mean, we talked about how they looked vulnerable this year, right? And they still got it done. So, I mean, they're going to get more receivers for sure. I mean, it can't get worse than what they had this season, correct?
For real. Yeah.
So I mean, they won the Super Bowl with one guy that's not even a receiver. He's a freaking tight end. Are you kidding me? So. Yeah. So it is what it is. I mean, you know, going back to a little bit of the Purdy slander. You know what I mean? Like he didn't play horrible. He didn't play terrible or anything like that. But he also didn't do anything special, right? I mean, I think that's why he gets some of the hate that he gets, even though he's a second year guy. So you got to cut him some slack. It's just he's succeeded so much in the beginning of his career that they're putting him on a pedestal. And he's a young cat at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? He's got plenty of growing to do, and it just wasn't his time, unfortunately. But you know, shout out to Mahomes being able to, you know, come back on that last drive and force overtime, because we just knew that they just left too much time on the clock, right? So what can we say, man? This time around, they got it done the hard way. They went to all their opponents' cribs and they got it done. They beat them every single time. And they're the champs once again. I mean, what is there more to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. There is nothing else to say, because, like I said earlier, he did what everybody thought he could. It's not so much that he couldn't do. He just hasn't proved to us yet that he was able to go on the road. And obviously this year he did it. He went on the road. And let me tell you, Harry, you said like they won the Super Bowl with a tight end. This is arguably the worst Chiefs team in Mahomes' career.
Yep.
The defense obviously was the best in his career, but as far as offense is concerned, this was easily the worst offense ever for his team that he's been a part of. So this is why it's scary when you think about the future for the Chiefs, because Mahomes is just now entering his prime. If you think about it, he's 28 years old, just now entering his prime. They're gonna get better at the receiving core. There's a ton of free agents out there. They can make trades. They can draft obviously better receivers. Again, man. So to me, it's just like, until these other teams can prove that they can beat the Chiefs, right now the NFL is just so lopsided, because these teams they have all these marquee players, the Lamar Jacksons, the Josh Allens of the world, and when it comes time to go up against Mahomes, they crumble, right? These dudes fall apart, and I just don't understand it. So again, when you're thinking about categories and tiers of quarterbacks, there's Mahomes by himself, and then you got these other scrubs under him. And I'm going to call them scrubs because, again, Mahomes is so far ahead of these dudes that it's not even comparable, because, yeah, these dudes are winning, individual accolades and individual awards. Cool. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Lamar Jackson got a second MVP, which was probably the worst MVP performance I've ever seen in my life. Dude was not even top 5 in any category, passing category, but somehow won the MVP. It's like, bro, it makes no sense. At this point, it's a popularity contest, and the award means nothing. So, it just blows my mind. If anything, Mahomes should have gotten the MVP of the regular season. Yeah, as bad as those receivers were, and he still managed to win. So that right there should automatically should have given the MVP award, not Lamar Jackson.
Absolutely. I agree. I mean, I don't have much more to say on that topic. I mean, you pretty much hit every single one on the head here. So I'm just going to keep moving forward here. So interesting, right? We spoke a little bit about this earlier today because, I came across of it on Instagram and I sent it your way. But it's just funny because Lord knows how many episodes ago we kind of touched on this when it comes to PEDs being involved in sports. Mm-hmm. And lo and behold, I mean, we're about to get it. We're about to have an Olympics full of PEDs, and obviously it's going to be its own entity. But I'm interested to see what are your thoughts now that you kind of see it in place now with the post that I sent you, and just what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I will say that I'm cool with it, man, because now if you're just coming out and saying, okay, this isn't an Olympics where everyone's allowed to take PEDs. It's kind of now it levels out the playing field, in my opinion, because everybody's at the same level. Because if you're taking PEDs, I'm taking PEDs. Okay, cool. That makes us just equal. Now it's all about who works harder, right? And that's how you're going to determine like who's going to be the best at whatever sport they're involved in. But as far as the PEDs is concerned, I'm okay with it, man. If whatever you put in your body, that's your concern. That ain't mine. That ain't none of my business. If you choose to put that shit in your body and you're okay with it, you can live on with your life, and you want to go out and compete, so be it, bro. I'm all about it. And PEDs can mean a very a variety of things. There are a lot of different PEDs out there, and I have to do a little bit more research on it, and to see and find out to see if there are like kind of like negative impacts like when it comes to you taking PEDs, or if there are, I don't know. So maybe that's something that we can touch on maybe at a later date once I do a little bit more research. But just kind of speaking on it, I would say that I'm cool with it, man. I have no issues with it.
Good. Good to hear it. So, I mean, the last time we spoke about this, we kind of had several concerns when it comes to, just legalizing it across the board, because then it leaves some of the guys that don't want to be involved with PEDs in limbo, right? Because they're going to be at a slight disadvantage. So now that we are seeing that this is going to happen, we see that it's going to be a separate entity and it's going to be separate from the Olympics. So natural guys will not be competing with guys that are on steroids or anabolics or anything of that case. So that levels off the playing field in the sense to where if you don't want to do PEDs, stay your ass natural and,
go to natural route,
Olympics and whatnot. But for those guys that, want to be involved in sports that are allowed when it comes to taking steroids, I mean, why not? I mean, I don't know if you read the post, but regular checkups before and after, advanced screenings for pre-existing cardiac conditions. I mean, they're doing everything they need to do in terms of putting everything in place to make sure that it's as safe as possible, which is one of the things that we also said when we discussed this the first time. So that's cool. And some of the categories that are going to be involved in this Olympics when it comes to the PEDs, it's weightlifting, which huge. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see these records be broken, shattered, one after the other. Swimming, I believe gymnastics. There's even combat sports. That was actually one of the ones that I was very surprised about, because that gets a little bit more touchy and a little bit more of a debate when it comes to guys that are on steroids punching each other, right? So I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting. I think the fans are going to love it. It's going to, when you put steroids and you legalize this stuff, it's very entertaining because, like, for instance, the baseball era with the Sammy Sosas and the Mark McGuires, like, those guys were pumped with steroids, and the numbers showed it, right? All the home runs they were hitting, 470, 500 plus feet. I mean, that's entertainment, and the fans are going to love it. So, I mean, as long as they cover all their bases and make it as safe as possible, why the fuck not? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no doubt, bro. That's I would say again, there's no disagreement there. I'm completely cool with it. Like I said, now it's regulated in a way. You know what you're getting into. Everybody, there are no secrets. We know what the hell we're watching. So it's like, yo, everybody's juiced up. Everybody's ready to fucking go. Let's get it, bro. Yeah, let's put on a show. Like, so I'm excited to see it because now, yeah, like you said, the Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire era is gonna be back, baby. Let's when it comes to, like you said, combat sports as well, you see boxers or MMA fighters. Now all these boys are going to be juiced up, and we're gonna see the top, top of the top, the best. I think to me, as it's for purely entertainment purposes, I think it's great. Because people are going to want to see that. Imagine an NFL where everyone was juiced, bro. Bro, oh my goodness, you have helmets cracking out there, bro. Like dudes flying across the field at 100 miles an hour. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's gonna be great. I'm actually looking forward to it. So not against it at all because there's no cheating involved. Like I said, you know what the hell you're getting into. So full transparency, right?
Right, exactly. So yeah, this is we got to wait another year for this because this is not going to be put into place till 2025, which makes sense because you need time to put all these variables in effect and whatnot. But one thing I actually left out was that these guys are actually getting paid for this. You don't get paid in the Olympics. This is for payment. That makes it that much better for these guys. I mean, not only are they showing the world what they're capable of, but you get paid at the end of the day. I mean, what more do you want? Because I mean, that's one of the variables in which some people, even like I would say in boxing, like now a lot of those boxers aren't going to the Olympics because they see it as a waste of time because they don't get paid. And in this day and age, they're looking for the bag. Like most of these guys, they're not even fighting for legacy anymore. It's the bag. So it shows that none of these guys are going to the Olympics because they don't care about that shit anymore. All they want to do is just go get into the pros and make some money. So here it is. Here's the shot.
Yeah, it's actually sad, man. Yeah, because back in the day, man, all the big boxers that were coming up were fighting in the Olympics, and that's where they made their names. But yeah, now it's not. Nobody wants to represent the country anymore. It's like you said, it's all about the money. I'm not getting paid for it. Cool. I will give a shout out to LeBron and the rest of those cats that are going to compete in the 2024 Olympics. So for basketball, just because how USA basketball has kind of fallen apart in the past couple of years, and because of that, these big dogs that were essentially retired from Olympic basketball decided to come back. They made a pact. They hit each other up. And LeBron recruited all the big dogs, the KDs of the world, the Steph Currys, all those guys that you thought were done with Olympics, and they're like, nah, we need to bring USA back to the promised land where we belong. So shout out to them for doing that, bro. Because like you said, not everybody's willing to do that. Not everybody's willing to play for free, and those guys are willing to do that. They're willing to don that USA jersey, and make the US proud, bro. So. That's one thing I can't knock LeBron for. But
anyways, I mean, I really don't have much more to say on that. We pretty much touched everything I had on my list. So
yeah, bro. So Valentine's Day was just this past week, man, and it was funny because you and I had a couple conversations, and I was like, oh, what are you doing, kind of thing for Valentine's Day for Sam and whatnot. And then you were just like, hey, man, nothing crazy, bro. Just chilling. Just, obviously I'll show I appreciate her, but, and then we kind of spoke on how we just don't think that, like, we're just not a fan of the holiday period. Right. And then we got into the group chat, and then we started talking about it there. And then you and I were getting a lot of hate, talking about how, we're negative and whatnot. And shit like that. Like, my thing is, it's not even that, bro. I just think it's just a money grab from these corporations and from these people out there, trying to create a holiday to get people into and kind of like forced to like to show their appreciation for the partner when you shouldn't need a day for that, is what I was trying to get at, bro. I don't think there's I need to pick a day out of the year where I'm like, that's when I'm going to show my appreciation to my partner. Like, no, that should be done every day, bro. That shouldn't be done in just one specific holiday, you know? So to me, I just think it's dumb. But there's a video I did want to share with you, bro. And the guy, when I saw this video, I was like, bro, this is exactly what I was thinking. You know, he just kind of, the way he put it, like, was very well put. So I'm going to share that with you real quick, bro. Just real quick. All right, here we go.
Nigga on this planet give two fucks about Valentine's Day. Half of the people that celebrate Valentine's Day are fronting. I've never met a nigga in my life that was excited about Valentine's Day. Not one nigga ever said, man, yo, Valentine's Day coming up. I can't wait to see what my shorty got me, man. Valentine's Day coming up. I can't wait to give my shorty a gift. But we fake it and we front because why? We want to see you happy. We want to make sure that you have a smile on your face on that day so you can show off and you can brag to your friends that your man cares about you. That's the only reason why niggas give you teddy bears and gifts and flowers on Valentine's Day, because we know you want to show off to your friends that you got a man that care about you. If y'all don't get something on Valentine's Day, man, women start to act real petty and start to be in their feelings. Y'all got to understand, man. When a man is on his grind, he trying to achieve his goals and dreams, man, he ain't got time to be celebrating these fake ass holiday every year. But like I said, we do it because we know y'all care about it and we care about y'all. So we got to participate whether we like it or not. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
All right. So there you go, man. There you go. So, you know, you just heard it. What do you think? Like, honest opinion.
I agree with most of what he says in terms of yeah, I mean, if it was up to us, the holiday wouldn't exist, right? And I think no matter how we see it, the holiday in itself, one way or another, we celebrate in terms of we're doing something for our significant other, right? And that's cool. That's fine with me. But as far as like, you know, going to these crazy ass restaurants and, you know, $200 tabs and getting all these crazy ass extravagant gifts like name brand and all this stuff, that's not how that's not what I consider love, you know what I'm saying? So I think what matters most is like you said, there's not really a specific day that you want to take out to celebrate this, because it's superficial at the end of the day when you do it for that one day, because it takes away from the authenticity of a genuine emotional connection, which you should get on a consistent basis, like you said, not just one of the days. And it's not even only about that. It's especially like, I know a lot of people that hate this holiday because they're lonely. You know what I'm saying? There's single people out there, and this, you know, hits the mental a little bit more on those days because they just don't have anybody to share that love with, right? And they see all these people exchanging gifts and whatnot, and it kind of gives like a false reality, and it's all a facade. It's all fake shit. Like half these couples aren't even happy at the end of the day. They're just kind of showcasing their best moments on Instagram. So I just feel like the holiday in itself just pressures people to express their love through materialistic things rather than you know, genuine acts. So I'm just not a big fan. You know what I'm saying? Me and Sam did have dinner and whatnot. I did get her a gift, which, by the way, still hasn't came in. You know what I'm saying? I bought it almost 2 weeks ago now. Hasn't been shipped. Nothing. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just not a big fan of, you know, going all out and spending all this crazy money, because at the end of the day, it's bullshit to me. Like it's commercialism. They're trying to maximize profit like anything else. And that's not really going to say much, because if it was up to me, there's not even many holidays that I would celebrate in the first place. So, I mean, that's what I got for Valentine's Day. So
yeah, I mean, you said it well, man, and you said, like, you know, damn, maximizing a profit, and that's basically all it is, because at the end of the day, if you look at Instagram the day of Valentine's Day, all you see is people, oh, thank you to my Valentines, like they got me this, they got me that. Like, bro, like, why? Like, who the fuck cares, in my opinion, right? And it's not just, this is not me hating people. A lot of people are going to look at this and be like, yo, this dude's like, he's grumpy, he's a hater, like, he's not happy. It's like, bro, that is a complete opposite. I'm just saying, like, something should be done in private, bro. Like, if your significant other does something for you and it makes you happy, bro, like you celebrate that with them. You don't need to celebrate it with the world. You don't have to post it on Instagram, on your story, on your whatever the hell you want to post it on, just so your friends can see, oh, I got this, or I gave my person this. Like really, like who cares is what I'm getting. Is what I'm. I think with the emergence of social media, it's gotten worse over the years. Of course. Right? Because before social media, whenever it was Valentine's Day, bro, it was like, you just celebrated that with your significant other, and maybe your close friends knew about, what you guys were doing if they asked, right? But like now, you got to show it to your 1,000 followers or whoever the hell is following you, just so you could be like, I have someone that cares about me. All right, cool, man, good for you. Like, nobody cares. And you made a good point too, is that some people, the single people that are out there, like they hate that holiday because it hurts them, right? And it's like, and I get that. That sucks for them, bro. And they shouldn't have to sit there and sit on their social media and all they see is Valentine's posts and feel shitty about themselves because they don't have a person. So again, it's fucking stupid in my opinion. If it was up to me, would not be a fucking holiday. I think it's dumb as hell. But like the video said, we do it because the females love it. That they live for that damn holiday for some reason, right? Me show my appreciation is not a one-day thing. I think show my appreciation is like 365 days in a year, and there's different ways I show my appreciation to you, right? It's not always through a gift. It's not through material things. There's little gestures here and there that you do as a partner that tells the person, okay, you care about them. And it's not going to be rainbows and flowers every day. I think if you ever been in a relationship, you know that. But at the end of the day, like, your person cares about you by what they do and how they behave. So that's pretty much it, man. There's so much more I can sit here and talk about and tell you how much I fucking hate this thing. But that's I'm gonna end it at that.
No, yeah, and for me, man, like it's like, for instance, Sam, I believe even asked me at one point what I wanted, and for me, like I don't really care to be gifted anything. I just make my life easier in one way or another, in terms of like cooking or doing little small acts there, like going out anything that requires going out of your way to do, like that's stuff that I like to do for Sam and whatnot, and that's all I really ask for, because that's the priceless things. And as far as materialistic things, I mean, I got everything I need. I mean, what more do I need? You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that matter most to me. And so that's why I don't really care too much for this holiday. But if you're one of those people that wants to celebrate it, more power to you, and to each his own. I'm not bashing anybody for it, but I just don't like when people see my opinion and they bash me for it, because I mean, what is that to you? I mean, you're not my significant other, right? So it's not affecting you. So why the fuck do you care so much? You know what I'm saying? Just go about your day, go and have your little fancy ass dinner with your significant other, buying fucking these crazy ass steaks with a la carte fucking sides, $500 fucking tabs and shit. And I'm good. That's not a necessity. You know what I'm saying? And in this day and age, most of us don't have it like that in the first place, but we are going to spend that bag, or for most of us, we are going to spend that bag on Valentine's Day, regardless of whether we can afford it, because that's the
all for the gram
culture.
All for social media. Show people that you made an extravagant gesture on Valentine's Day for your partner. Like, now I'm so impressed. Wow, like you changed my mind. Like, oh my God, like bro, who cares? That, again, at the end of the day, like,
what, Kareem, you're that guy now, man. I saw what you did for her, man. You're that guy.
Bro, like, man, my life has changed drastically, and I changed your life because you saw my story and you saw how I went and spent $500 on my girl, bro. So yeah, man, come on, bro. Like, it's so stupid, and it's crazy because I got a lot of hate too, because I posted a story on my IG. It was like, hey, bro, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? And the response was, I'm working, bro. It's Wednesday. And a lot of people were like, oh, like, that's so lame, like that, shit like that. I was like, how the fuck is that lame? Like, it's a Wednesday. Like, it's a Wednesday. It's a regular fucking Wednesday. Like, you know what I did, bro? Because my girl loves wings. I was like, I saw a recipe on Instagram, and I was like, you know what, bro? Hey, don't worry about dinner tonight. I got you. I made her some wings, and she was happier than anything ever. So did I have to go out and spend $500 or whatever? And nah, bro, got her made some homemade wings. Probably cost me less than probably $15 with all the ingredients and whatnot. So, but guess what? Guess what?
You had to fix me a plate of that. That shit looked
Oh,
good.
that's
That
easy
authentic as hell. That looked just like the picture of when that you sent to me before you made it. So
yeah, it looks, bro. It's so easy. It's so easy, and that made her happier than anything else. Like I probably could have gotten her. So it's like, just little. I feel like little gestures go a long way. Like the little things. Like you don't have to go above and beyond. And don't get me wrong. I saw people on IG, buying Louis V and Gucci and all this nonsense, and I'm like, bro, like, you know what? I don't even want to get into the subject, but it's kind of. It's hard. And the thing is that, like, we're in the same tax bracket. You feel me? That these people I'm talking about. And it's like, bro, like, stop showing out for Instagram that you buying Louis V and Gucci. Like, you are not that guy, pal. Like, you're not that guy. So
that credit card maxed, boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
6 months to pay that shit off just for one fucking day type shit.
Yeah, it be those motherfuckers that broke fuck. But out here buying Louis V and Gucci, right? Please make it make sense. But whatever, bro. I ain't counting nobody's pockets. It is what it is. But it's just, to me, it just don't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
Beautiful. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it moving forward here. It looks like we're actually on pace for this to be one of our shortest pods. So I mean, we'll see what happens with this last question, right? Because I mean, usually we hit about that 1 hour mark and kind of go over. Actually, before I asked that question, when you made the wings, did you buy them frozen or did you buy them like fresh?
I bought them fresh. So I bought same day. I went to the store, got them, and then obviously went home, cut them up, cleaned them, and then I let them marinate for about 6 hours before I actually air fried them. And then obviously once I air fried them, do that little garnish on there, and bro, it was amazing. That marinade and it was easy. It was so easy to make. And like I said, dude, it cost me, including the wings, it cost me probably $15 or less to make that entire recipe.
Beautiful.
So and we had tons of wings left over too. So yeah, it was great, bro. I mean, whenever you come down, I got you, bro. I'll fix you a plate. Easy money.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I was asking because I think the last time I tried to make a wings recipe, it was years ago back, and I think that was my problem. I bought them frozen, so they kind of tasted weird right off the bat, and I also didn't let them marinate for that long, so that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So you gave me key pointers there for next time. That's why I asked. But yeah,
and a lot of people the recipe didn't call for it, obviously, because I think this is pretty common. A lot of people don't clean their chicken, bro. And I would obviously recommend that you clean your chicken. I don't think obviously I'm not trying to bash people for not cleaning their chicken, because I think that's not very common in the American culture. I think that's more of a Hispanic and Caribbean culture, that people are very like anal about cleaning your chicken. But I would say, yeah, put like when you cut your chicken up, once you buy it from the store, put them in like a big bowl and then squeeze some limes in there and then clean them with the lime. And if you want, throw a little bit of vinegar in there as well. And then give it a nice little bath, and all that citrus and that acid is gonna kill that bacteria, and it's just gonna give it a better flavor overall. Oh, yeah. And then once you do that, then obviously you make your marinade, and you clean out your chicken, you throw that marinade in there, and then it gets, bro. Once it sits in there for a couple hours, and I'm talking about it sat in there for 5-6 hours, and it just absorbed all those juices, all those flavors. It was amazing, bro. Amazing.
And you know me, man. I got to try that because I'm a wing connoisseur, bro. I mean, just give me some wings and some blue cheese, motherfucker, not ranch. All right?
Ranch,
blue cheese.
No, throw some ranch.
Yeah, man. Good looks on the tips here and there. So I will try that next time me and Sam decide to make homemade wings. But with that said and done, we have our last topic of the day. This one's gonna get a little bit, I would say, I would say touchy with in terms of this debate because I know people feel some type of way about this one, and it's a little bit political. So yeah, I'm curious to see what you think as far as this one is concerned because I think we're gonna have different answers. So yeah, do you think torture is justifiable in the name of national security?
That's a tough question, man, because I think it depends, in my opinion, right? I think if you have the right person and you know that person is guilty of something and you know they're hiding something, and you got to have definitive proof. Like it's not just I think they know something.
Yep.
If you have definitive proof that they're involved, they're within the terrorist cell or they've been involved in the past or in terrorist activity, and obviously they have answers to some questions that you're asking. I think, yeah, bro. I think ultimately to save 1 million lives, and prevent a tragic event from happening, and you got to waterboard a couple motherfuckers, then I'm gonna say, yeah, bro. I think it's justified, right?
Okay.
And because at the end of the day, bro, those people the ones that are guilty of doing what they do and doing the committing these atrocious crimes, those people they don't deserve any better, because guess what? They're out there trying to kill 1 million people, innocent people, children, women, men. It doesn't matter who. They're trying to hurt people, man. So if we have to do what we have to do, and certain individuals that are capable of doing it, because not everybody has a fucking heart for it to do what some people do, right? If you can go out and torture a dude just to get some answers out of him and save people, I think it's completely justifiable. Now I know like the CIA, a few years back, there were some articles that came out that that the U.S. was using waterboarding and other forms of torture on certain prisoners, and then they got called out for it and they kind of banned it, right? And I'm like, to me, I was like, that's crazy, bro. That's insane. That these social justice warriors that sit behind a keyboard, and those same motherfuckers that would never join the military in their life, and that would never set foot in a foreign country in a hostile environment, those are the ones out here protesting, talking about don't torture, you can't do that, you can't do this. Man, shut up. Like, shut up. You if you're not willing to set foot and go into war and see what the hell is going on out there, like, I don't want to hear your fucking opinion.
Mhm.
It just kills me that those are the ones always talking.
Yep.
Right. And my thing is, I have all the right to say this because I fucking joined the military, bro. Like I fucking put up my hand and swore an oath, and I don't talk about it much because I just don't think that's something that I need to mention. But in this particular conversation, I will, because I'm not going to just sit here and talk shit as if I didn't join and I didn't volunteer to go to war, right? And be in a hostile environment, which I have been in hostile environments multiple times. So yeah, so to me, I will say yes, it is justifiable. However, the caveat to that is you just have to make sure you got the right person. I just don't want you to go out there and torture the wrong person and be like, oh shit, my bad. We thought we thought you were somebody, but you're not. That's my only takeaway from that. But overall answer will be yes.
Okay. No, yeah, I like what you said. I agree with it because you specifically said if you have proof, and that's the only reason I agree with it, honestly, because I just feel like when it comes to torture, there's just too many things that come into play that are just they're unreliable. I feel like, unless you have proof, then who are we to conduct these unethical, illegal type of things when we're when it comes to their human rights, right? I just feel like people can give you false intel, especially if you're being tortured, like just for the pain to stop. They could give you information even if it's not correct, but it's gonna allow them to stop torturing them. So they're gonna say some bullshit, right? So that's why I think it's unreliable. I just unless you have proof, there's just no there. I just don't think torture should be an option, because I just don't think that more times than not, you're not going to have that proof. So that's why I think it's unreliable. So I just think there's just better ways to go about it. And yeah, I really don't. I think it makes people more hostile, and you put your country's reputation on the line, and down the road it can create more issues when it comes to like people radicalizing and whatnot. So I don't know, man. I think that if we're talking about more on a general basis, that I just don't think that's a reliable resource to use, especially because, like I said, we don't know if they're ultimately telling the truth, and at that point, that torture was a waste of a resource. So I mean, I don't know. It's tough. So I just think in the right specific situation, yeah, it's justifiable, but I just don't think we're in that situation more times than not. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the last resource type of thing.
That's ditch effort type thing.
Right.
I mean, I will say this, bro. I think our adversaries are not playing fair. So why should we? Right? So why the hell do we have to follow these Geneva rules of war? Like when these dudes don't give a damn. They're blowing up women and children, hospitals. It don't matter. You name it. Right? But we had to play fair. So to me, I think it's complete BS.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a good way to see it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously for PR purposes, yeah, you're gonna have to make sure that you do the right thing. And you don't soil your country's reputation, like you said. But at the end of the day, until you step foot in that battlefield and you see what war is, I don't think you have a right to say anything. Right. Even I myself in the military, I don't have a right to say shit like that because I've never been in combat. But I can understand and I can empathize with those that have. Because I've talked to people that have been in combat, bro, and that's something I never wish on anyone. And that's something I hope I never have to, be a part of. Because once you get down, in between those lines and you got bullets flying across your head and you got to do something to save the person next to you, that you might have thought maybe like a couple of days ago that you would never do, then you can't talk, man. That's just my thing on it, because there's some things that happen during war that even they always show you that these old vets, Vietnam era, going back, you can even go back as far as World War II vets, that these guys don't even talk about their time because they saw things that they can't even. They're scared to talk about it, or that gives them nightmares.
Can't even put into words sometimes.
They can't even put into words, man. And yeah, I think sometimes you kind of have to bend the rules a bit to make things happen. It might not be what we want initially. Yeah, I'm not saying torture should be the first option. No, that's not what I'm saying. Shouldn't be first option.
Comes down to it.
If it comes down to it, bro, and it's a matter of there's a missile aiming at the U.S. right now that can blow us all up, then you gotta do what you gotta do, bro. Like if you can save 500,000 people, 1 million people, innocent people, from dying, and there's one guy that could possibly give you that answer that you need to prevent that attack, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. And I'm sorry, it sounds inhumane and it sounds like a dick move, but that's just the reality of it, bro. And until you're yourself, until you're in that position to make that decision, I just don't think you can't talk.
No, yeah, I agree. And to your point, some people would see this as it's just there's not something you do because you're violating human rights and whatnot, and we get that, right? We also don't want to we want to be better than the next person. So if we're engaging in these type of things, then what makes us better than them is what some people would see it as, right? But I also see your point in terms of this person or whatever. When it comes to whatever they're doing, any harm, they're putting thousands of lives in jeopardy. So you're going to tell me that we're going to give two fucks about that guy's human rights? He has no You know what I'm saying? No remorse for him, right? So why would we give that to him? Type of thing is where you see it, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
That's exactly how I
and that
see
makes
it.
perfect sense. I mean, who cares about that guy's human rights as long as we save fucking the masses at that point? I mean, one fucking life compared to 500 or a million or whatever the case may be. I think that's a pretty easy choice that at the end of the day, if I had to make, that I'd be pretty comfortable making. And well, I don't know about very comfortable. Obviously, it's going to be stressful, but at the end of the day, I could live with it.
I can, yeah, that's some.
What are
That's
those
some
odds?
I mean, at the end of the day, somebody's got to get their hands dirty.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, someone
means,
always has a solution, but they're not the one, you know, that are in that particular situation in time making those decisions, right? They got all the answers until they're in that position.
yeah, but because trust me, if it means you can save your family, then I guarantee you put those people that are crying human rights or whatever and be like, hey, let me tell you something. This person says they have a family hostage and they're gonna kill them. But you can save them if you torture them. What are you gonna do? You're gonna be like, nah, human rights, yeah. No, the fuck you're not. You're gonna be like, bet you damn right I'm gonna fucking torture your ass. If it means saving my family, absolutely. I mean,
and I've seen plenty of the movies. I know all the torture tactics.
Oh, bro,
Go down the plethora of laundry lists when it comes to them, and we hit them one by one, baby.
Let's go. Start by pulling out the nails. The classic waterboarding. Shoot, what else, man? I mean, you name it, bro. Like, shit. How many movies out there?
You've even seen some of the shows where they'll put the gasoline on a part of their body and they'll fucking light it on fire, bro. It's like, speak, I'll turn it off.
Yeah, I remember.
I can be in that type of situation, bro.
Yeah, I remember that one scene in Taken with Liam Neeson when he had Buddy on a chair, and then he had cables attached to the chair, and it was a metal chair, and then he would turn on the light switch, and then dude would, he would electrocute motherfucker, and and then he would put like something in his mouth so he could scream, bro, and you could see the dude's eye like that's crazy.
Which one out of all of those that you've seen you think is the worst one? Like, if you had to pick, like, damn, I don't want to go. I know all of them fucking suck. Don't get me wrong, but if there's one that you're like, fuck that, which one would it be?
Oh, I saw one where dude got a hammer and he hit his knee. Like he would hit your knee directly, basically break his kneecap. Is I think that must be painful. The most painful shit. I mean, pulling out the nails, I think initially probably for like a second or two, it hurts, but I think it goes away pretty quickly. But breaking a kneecap, bro, I think that might have to be the worst form of torture.
And imagine, I mean, we go to the doctors and they hit us with that little tool, right? They go, and our knee kind of jumps up a little bit. Yeah. Bro, with that hammer, dog. That shit ain't jumping.
No, that shit's gone. that knee's gone. There's another one too. It's like they'll cut their fingers one by one.
Well, I mean, they ain't gonna be able to do that to me, bro. I'm already there.
Yo, Harry said, "Hey, y'all can go ahead and skip that part."
No, bro, I'll be in the chair and I'm like, dog, I'm ahead of you, my dude. I did it for you, brother. You're like, that motherfucker's crazy.
You stupid, man. No, that's funny. Yeah, but when it comes to torture, bro, that's I hope to God that I'm never part of that.
I mean, why would you be, bro?
No, I'm just saying, I'm usually never know, bro. I just hope to God that I'm never on the receiving end of the torture. So
no, absolutely. And yeah, the knee thing is rough, but I just have a thing with drowning is horrible, bro. So like, just like whenever I see it in a movie where they like take someone's head and they kind of just dump it in the water and you have no control there, bro. So it's like, that's one of my worst fears. If I ever had to go through something like that, bro, like that, I think that shit is a horrible fucking death, bro.
Yeah, and you think they put your head down and you're panicking. So the more you panic, the more air you're losing. So you can't hold your breath, really. So yeah, it sucks, bro. I think drowning might be one of my biggest fears as far as like a way to die. That is probably
that one, and being like
burned alive
on fire to death.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, dude. Give me a quick, easy death, my dog. Yeah.
You know, my dog Kanan survived, and my dog Ghost, set that bitch on fire, and he still came back. So
Hey, speaking of unique, our boy is
bro,
back. I
yes,
called it. I
yes, sir.
called it. Yeah,
It
man.
was, it wasn't in the way that I thought, because I did not think Kanan was gonna have to do it. I wanted Unique to do it, like show him like I'm the one running the show type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
your old time, like your era been past, and put him in the ground type shit. But I'll take it as long as he's alive. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see him next season, and this it's just gonna keep getting better, honestly.
Yeah, dude. That show is in a freaking high trajectory right now. It's gotten. I feel like it's gotten better every season.
Yep.
Since season 1, and then now we're going into season 4, and every season has gotten better since. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens, man. But yeah, Unique, my favorite character on the show, back like I said, I'm excited to see it, man. And we're also ramping up for Power Book, to come on here pretty soon in the next couple months. In the meantime, we got BMF that we're gonna be looking watching, which you need to watch. You've been sleep on that, which great show. I fuck with it heavy. So yeah, I'm excited to see what's gonna happen these few shows, man. 50 Cent is the GOAT of television. That he knows how to make.
Keep them coming.
Yeah. We're never gonna get tired of it, and they just keep making them spinoffs. Fuck it.
Yeah, and just like you said, Raising Kanan, it's on that high trajectory, like you said. But like for a lot of the fans, I feel like mid-season, we thought they dropped the ball with Unique's death. Like they're like,
Yeah.
oh, come on, like you're gonna kill off that guy for fucking Ronnie? Like he's cringe, bro. Like
Yeah,
if I had to
no,
kill
no.
that guy for multiple seasons at a time, I don't know what I would have done, because that shit. He's a guy that you put in there a season and you kill him off at the end type of guy.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
I'm so glad that they saw Unique's whatever his character potential, because there's so much they could do with that.
Oh yeah, dude. Like I said, once they gave it away once they didn't show the body, because typically in any TV show, like when a character dies, there's always a body. Eventually they find something, right? But with him, they never recovered a body, bro. That's why I was like, listen, bro. We've seen comebacks, like worst comebacks, in television shows, especially in the Power universe. We've seen dudes come back from worse. So for me, I was like, yeah, bro, ain't no way. Dude got beat with a metal bat. I think he's gonna make it. Took him a few episodes, obviously, because he was pretty wounded. And I hope season 4 they start off and show you, what happened and how did someone find him and took care of him and brought him back, right? And I'm hoping they show us that. But
You know who took care of him?
Huh?
You know who took care of him?
Who?
You know who my guess is?
Who?
Stefano.
I mean, where? How would Stefano even know where to find him?
Unique found him.
So okay. Because remember, Unique he threw Unique into like a garbage.
Right. I mean, he obviously got to get out of there somehow. I mean, they're not going to make some random ass character out of nowhere that took care of him.
Well, I mean, you never know. Maybe they were like, oh, somebody was driving by, and they found him. But yeah, I could see that. I could see Stefano.
Stefano took care of him. Rock came to pick up the cash. He saw everything brewing up, so he knew exactly where Rock was going, who she was meeting up with.
That's a good point, because how did Unique know where they were gonna be?
Mm-hmm.
That's smart. That's smart. Because what if Unique was in the house when they went to Stefano's house? He was listening.
Why? That's my theory.
And that's a good theory. All right, we're gonna have to revisit that when season 4 comes on sometime next year, right? Probably, yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
No, later on this year. My bad, not next year. It's gonna come on later on this year. Yeah, I'm excited now, man. Probably one of my favorite shows on television for sure.
But yeah, anyways, we went on a little tangent there, which I have no problem at all, because I love going into it in the Power universe with you, because when it comes down to it, you talk about bodies, but we never got a St. Patrick body. So where the hell my dog Ghost at? All right.
Well, no, we got a St. Patrick body, bro, because we found him, like they found him like after he was shot, and but
they found something. I don't know if it was his body though.
I don't see Ghost coming back as much as we want it, bro. I don't see Ghost coming back, man.
I don't know, man. You pay that guy enough, they'll make him come back. I mean, you see how quick Han came back in Fast and the Furious, bro.
Bro, nobody is dead in Fast and Furious, bro. Everybody's back. Bring it on.
What's her name came back in the last movie? Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
And she fell off the plane, bro.
Old girl fell off a damn wing of a plane going full speed, and she's alive. Wow.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Holy.
Want to know why they're still alive? And we're gonna go back to years ago. We were watching Arrow. What's that? Where do they go to, like, what is that shit called, bro?
Oh, yeah.
To bring back the dead.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I forgot what it was called, but bro, those were good times, bro. That show was so good until they dumbed it down because it was too dark.
You're talking about Ra's al Ghul,
baby.
Yeah.
Arrow.
Oh yeah, damn. Arrow was goated, man.
Yeah, until they made it pussy as fuck after the third season, dog. Like it was so good because it was so dark, and then they made it like a little bit more
like almost.
Right, Flash is a little cringy at times. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but Arrow had that. I don't know, man.
It was. I agree. Arrow, the first couple seasons were dark as hell, and I think that's what made the show great.
Yeah.
And then once it started getting into the whole lovey-dovey shit, very soft, and yeah, I agree. It fell off heavy.
Oh, last thing, what's that character's name? I know his last name is Amell from Arrow.
Stephen Amell?
Stephen Amell, yeah. Stephen Amell. He's actually going to play the lead in the Suits. There's another Suits type of show coming out, but it's like part of the same universe, and he's going to be the head lawyer.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah. I still got to finish Suits, bro. I'm still in like season 4.
Damn, I can't even tell you where I left off at that point. But I saw most of it. I think I didn't see the last season because I didn't think there was another season until Nate told me something. But I think that season was dropped like years later after that shit.
Yeah. It wasn't. They didn't have it on Netflix. They had it on something else. That you had to go find it.
Right. Yeah, but I'm probably not gonna go back and watch that shit. I'm done.
No, probably not. I got way too many other shows I gotta watch, bro. But yeah, man. Shoot, yeah, we did go off a little tangent, but yeah, bro. Let me go ahead and take us home. If you have anything else to add.
Nah, bro. I'm just glad that we got back on the pod tip. I mean, we missed this past Tuesday, but now that football season's over, we're gonna hit them on Sundays, which is way better considering we don't have much going on Sundays because we're usually just kind of chilling on Sundays. So I think that's going to work out better for the long run. Absolutely. So I'm happy to be back on track, and we're just going to keep rolling them out from here on out.
Hell yeah, 1,000%, bro. But yeah, man. All right. Well, without further ado, let me go ahead and wrap this up for us, bro. But again, as always, if you haven't yet, like, comment, subscribe. We always appreciate y'all. Thank you for always watching, always supporting. We're gonna keep getting better at this. We promise y'all, and hopefully in the near future, we can do some in-person pods with my dog. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. More to come. We do have some good news coming down. God willing, coming down the pipeline. So yeah. So we'll bring you guys up to date with that when the time is right. With that said, peace, love, and positivity. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all, and have a good one. See you on the next one.